a faithful and stewardship-filled budget. We don't have a physical balcony here in our worship space. I wanted to give you a balcony view of just the overview of all the components that fit into how we function in our faith. So, wanting to start out with some perspectives. As I've mentioned before, that our average worship attendance since 2009 to 2019 has declined by 50%. So our average worship attendance these days runs about 134 people. 10 years ago, that was about 250 people. So that's a perspective that is a reality for many, many churches. It's not that once Pastor Sara came that everybody stopped coming to church. It's just that it's been a continual decline in the last 10 years. However, our budget numbers since 2009, our total income was $440,000-ish, and in 2018, our total income was $330,000-ish. So there's a difference of $100,000-ish of a difference in the last 10 years. That's only a 25% decrease. So you see that we have a 50% decrease in worship attendance, but only 25% decrease in our budget, which is really good news. It just shows the faithfulness of those who are still attending worship. Our funeral numbers average around 20 funerals per year. Well, why that statistic? Oh, we need to advance, sorry. Can you go to the budget numbers? Okay, so that shows, and then go to the funerals, please. Great. Now, why this is an important statistic to consider is that we have our longtime members generally carry the financial budget of the church, if you will. It's pretty, statistically sound. And if you have 20 longtime members passing away every year, now not all of the 20 are continually giving in significant ways, but if you have that number of 20-ish people who are passing away, that says something for your income and your budget, because statistics say these days it takes 5 younger families to replace one generational giver. So that's very significant when you lose longtime members in the life of a church. Our future, though, when we talk about newer, younger families, our Sunday school records go back to 2013. 2013, we had, if you could advance, yes, we had 73 students enrolled in the Sunday school program. 2018, we had 17 students. So there shows another evidence of the decline. But then if you could advance to the next slide, it shows the age demographics of Covenant. And surprisingly, the greatest component of our spread of ages at Covenant is in the 20 to 40-ish range. So nearly 40% of the church at Covenant is between the ages of 20 to 45, 50 years old. The conundrum runs in that we don't see them present in worship as often as we would like. So we have made adjustments in how we function and how we operate, and it's part of our work in this perspective view is to maintain that we continue to offer programs and staffing to continue to draw the young families in. So if you could advance, and where is our hope? We created an input task survey recently as a task force that's working on how can we have programming that's addressed to this age category of between 25 and 45-year-olds. So the survey was sent out last week, and we're yet to glean the data from that. But that survey has gone out. We want to hear from that specific age category. That's the highest percentage of our membership. What is it that they're looking for? The good news is we've adapted our worship space for the soft nursery, and that space is full every Sunday that we've had it. There's families hanging out in that area. There's kids, not just itty-bitties, but older kids who feel comfortable there. That makes the parents feel comfortable. So we're drawing in this demographic just by just a slight adaptation to our worship space. The good news of this year is that their Sunday school is showing signs of vitality with 30 students enrolled. And a quote from one little girl after Rally Day was, "The church feels different this year, and I like it." So that's good news that our children are also picking up on the energy of the newness in this place. As we've talked about, the confirmation program is under restructure and transition. But Alejandro said to Carrie and I, "Hey, I'm looking forward to coming back to confirmation next week." Now, how rare is that? That some of our 7th graders and 8th graders are looking forward to coming back after week. Carrie introduced a high school youth group, and 7 kids attended that first week. They get into deep discussions and dialogues about faith. They talk about religion in multifaceted ways. They talk about world religions, just the things that kids are thinking about. And it's a safe, comfortable place where they can talk and engage Sunday evenings. We've introduced some enthusiastic worship service experiences, particularly Sundays when we have the polka service and people were dancing in the aisles, so those are all good things. Meaningful fellowship that the hospitality team has continued to just make sure that the food is spread and we all enjoy it, but we must not take that for granted. That takes legwork and effort to put and produce so we all can come together. God's work our hands, as was mentioned, 70 participants, continuing to build upon that. And I want to also highlight when Russ said our new members, just so if you haven't been paying attention, tomorrow we will take in 2 more new members, which makes the total of 20 new members since June. So that's significant in the life of growth and effort. So that is our hope, my friends, that even though, as we spoke about in Jeremiah, being in a difficult place, we continue to live on. We continue to keep on keeping on in faith, hope, and trust in this church that we love. Thanks.
Amen.